But one of our reporters on scene did see someone taken away by fire crews, but we're not sure what happened. But this has been a peaceful protest from what we have seen tonight, and it was right here around 8 o'clock that protesters lined up in front of the circuit courthouse, and they walked onto West Main Street and began their march toward Cheapside, a name and place with a painful history for the black community, which our Eleanor Buckley will go to in more detail shortly. Then, in front of Lexington's police headquarters, many sat as protesters shared their stories of encounters with law enforcement, many feeling unfairly profiled and treated because of their race. Emotional moments for some, and it was not lost on the crowd that there was no police presence tonight in front of headquarters, just an orange barricade they stayed behind, that the protesters stayed behind. Then, traffic downtown was closed as the march continued through downtown Lexington, inviting restaurant patrons to support them and join them along the way. And a few actually did jump in, and many raised their fists in support of Black Lives Matter. And as the march continued down Limestone toward campus, I spoke to Sonora Lear, who was sharing this peaceful protest on Facebook Live.
For a lot of people who can't come out, have older people who can't come out, and they support this. And then it's something that'll come up in my timeline. As my grandkids get older, they're able to see it. This is my granddaughter, my grandson, and I want them to see this.
Many people of all ages out here tonight for this protest, which from what we've seen has been peaceful, but of course we did hear reports of the man injured, but we're not sure quite what happened at this point. We're going to try and gather more information. Now, one of the stops was over at Cheapside, and that's where we find LX18's Eleanor Buckley, who continues our team coverage from tonight's protest.
As you can see, tonight, Bluegrass Tavern is boarded up and Centro is closed, but last night that wasn't the case when protesters came here, and they decided to use it as a time to educate people about what they're doing. Cheapside has a long history as one of the largest slave trading sites in the country, and protesters say they can feel the spirit of their ancestors on this sacred ground. I spoke to a protester today who says coming to this site isn't about starting arguments with the people who were there, but instead to show them what they're fighting for and what they believe the system needs to change.
Peace to my ancestors that were sold here. Peace to my ancestors that were sold here.
It's like anybody who's moved into a house that has history to it. You feel that energy there. You feel that presence of what was there before you. And it was more of we wanted them to put their drinks down and join us rather than sit there in conversation about what we were doing.
And protesters tell me they will continue to keep coming to Cheapside in the days ahead. Live in Lexington, Eleanor Buckley, LEX 18 News.